What's up, everybody? We're going to do a quick unboxing, and then after that I will film a bigger preview and we'll throw that on YouTube afterwards. So we'll wait, just see if a couple more people jump in and we'll get started. And you see we got two boxes to go through here. So some of this might be a little bit anticlimactic. I was very honored the other day. CCM gave me a shout out and posted my gear. So we kind of know what this is, and I've been hitting over my story the last couple weeks showing some of the different design iterations that I was peeking through. But let's take a dive in and see exactly what we have here in the box. So first things first, it's on top. Here is the blocker. So a couple new features on this, and again, I'll dive into this more and save this for the video that'll end up on YouTube. That'll be a bigger preview, but here's the new sidewall on the P2, as well as the new cuff. Fit feels great, nice palm. Got the D30 finger insert. Sure grip palm. So blocker, I believe, is basically 100% stock for what will be the retail version of the P2 blocker. Did I go with the half cuff? Nope, it's the full cuff, but the full cuff option has changed. So the full cuff I have is the newest version that's on the P2. So next up is the glove. And as you can see, this has all retail tags. So this gear is made in the offshore factory. With the mix, you can customize here. So I have a mix of weave and speed skin, embossed CCM logo. All right, got the tie undone. So putting this on for the first time. So game ready brake is pretty solid on this. Definitely need to do a little stretching just to open it up, but again, fresh out of the package. Glove closes, could definitely go wear this. And in terms of the specs, got the D30 in the palm, got the 590 brake, the game ready. And on the glove, we did go custom a little bit. This is the leather strap option. The reason I went with this is that I really like the way I'm able to wear my couple different Brian's optic gloves I've had with the boa, and I'm pretty sure that with the leather strap, I might be able to get a similar type of feel, kind of accomplishing it a different way. And that's how Scott Darling actually used to do his glove, and I know he converted from the leather strap to the boa. But got me kind of thinking that might be a good alternative, because I definitely like a boa style versus the nylon leather strap. So it'll be really cool to see how the actual leather strap works out. And then lastly, skate lace tee. Went with the single tee. What'll be stock on retail is the double tee, and I have a 1-inch deeper pocket as well. So we'll do one more glove closure and then move on to the pads. But closure is great. I mean, that closes. Let's see if we got any other questions I can answer. I'm not going to dive into weights right now, unfortunately. And for somebody asking about the Warrior, I don't have access to Warrior gear, so I don't have all the weights on those. But when I do the video that'll be a full preview that'll end up on YouTube, at that point I will get the scale out and do some weights for everybody. All right, so here we are. The last piece of gear, the pads. Let's see if we can get some good light for everybody. So again, this is the mix. So anywhere that's red on the face of the gear, we've got the weave. And then the white and the gold is the speed skin. And if we zoom in right there, you can kind of see the texture on the speed skin. And then the only black, just because I thought it looked cool, is the black embossed CCM logo. And on the outer roll, the logo is actually Speedskin CCM and then embroidered edge trim. Have the TGN logo, and then this red by comparison is the Speedskin. So the red there is the weave, and then the red on the outside is the Speedskin. So we have no boot strap here. This is the CCM Tight Fit leg channel. What will be stock on the retail version of this pad is loose fit, but all the strapping past that is stock. So this has the nylon webbing strap. This has the new internal locking system, as you can see, shipped with the medium strap. And then lastly, we've got the new knee landing material, which is soft and a little bit of texture, a little bit of grip, and then the double elastic, which goes down to the calf area. And I went with the wide open knee, so we have no hardware, no way to do the knee block up across like that. So at first blush, the pad is light. If you're not aware, the P2 is CCM's lightest pad they've ever made. And for anybody that's been kind of sleeping on the Premier series or think it's a little bit dated, CCM definitely has stepped their game up. This is the second time I'm actually seeing the P2. Was fortunate enough to preview it, but obviously this set we'll get to demo on the ice for a bit, so really excited about that. And the only changes we'll be making to the pads really is that anybody who follows my account knows I'm a huge fan of Pro Laces toe ties, so we'll definitely be throwing a pair of those on. And if you saw my story, I actually ordered a new pair last night. So I'm going to scroll back up and answer any questions. Then I'm going to jump off and film some video content that'll end up on thegoalnet.com within the next few days. Somebody's asking about the closure. I haven't worn a CCM glove in quite a few years, but I previously wore both a 580 and a 590, and I didn't have any issues with pop outs. Why did I go with the single T? I've always just liked a single tee. I have used both the double and a single, and both from a couple different brands of equipment as well. And I've actually even used the Factory Mad style floating tee as well. And I just prefer that classic snap feel that when the puck hits that center tee, it's actually one of the reasons Vaughn calls their tees a spine. And I just love the hard feel when the puck hits that. And I find that with skate lace and a deeper pocket option, I don't really get too many pop outs, so it's not a concern of mine, which if you're not aware, and I'm not sure how many people are, purpose of the double T is to keep the pocket more open, which should help absorb the puck's impact better and reduce pop outs. So that is why I went with the single T. It is a feel issue. All right, so answered the T's. And again, here's a look at the glove. Of course, made by Lefebvre. Actually, the fortune of meeting Pat Lefebvre and Michelle as well earlier this year in Montreal. So honored to meet them. Really excited to wear their gear. Used to wear it both Coho and Reebok days and haven't worn it in a while. So really excited to get this out on the ice. Probably be a couple weeks before I have any on-ice feedback for everybody. But again, after this video, going to make more of an in-depth preview video of the gear. And there is one more box over here, so let's pause for a second and get that. So if you haven't figured it out yet, this is the Premier 2 Twig. The big upgrades on this stick are the new fibers, which is, you can see, it's a wider carbon fiber style material, and it is CCM's exclusive Sigmatex material. Let's get the plastic off this. So here's a good look at the Sigmatex logo and as well the wide gray Sigmatex fibers. This stick has a combination in the hand area of rubberized texture grip, which I'm a huge fan of. Disappointed not every stick has that in the market, but I understand not every goalie likes it. From my standpoint, I think it's easy for the manufacturers to put the grip coating there, and then if you don't like it, tape over it, so that way you have it for people that like it, and a workaround for those that don't. So very excited. And this textured grip actually feels really nice as well. So here's some more looks at the P2 stick. And CCM is calling that grip area stick tack. P2 logo. Oh, that's awesome. So I actually got to pick the specs on the stick. So this is the authentic price stick with the square toe, not the older retail model with the round heel. 25-inch paddle, and then they were nice enough to throw the TGN initials on there. So thanks to CCM for doing that. That is really cool. Did not expect that detail. And then as you can see, as we go down, the stick actually does a fade. So it goes from the gray into the white. So Black Tape Bandits may not look as sharp on here as it does my Warrior. But for the rest of the world, which is white tape guys, gonna look really, really sharp. The tape will blend in really well to the stick. And if we look at the end, again, that's probably the best contrast to see the gray Sigmatex fibers. So I'm gonna pause for a second, scroll up, answer some questions, and then I'm gonna jump offline and make a video, which will be on thegoldnet.com within the next few days. How light does the stick? So I've only held 2S briefly. I got a tour of an NCAA locker room and they had a stick there, so I was fortunate enough to hold it there. The 2S feels really, really light, but unfortunately, without having sticks side by side right now, without having access to the scale, it's hard to say which one feels lighter. If I had to guess, I would assume that the 2S is lighter. The 1S is the lightest stick on the market now. And I believe, based on Bauer's marketing info, that the 2S is supposedly 10% lighter. And my gut says that the P2 probably feels in line with like the CR1 and the NXG. But again, I'll get it on the scale later, can compare it to a 1S and the CR1, and we'll see exactly where it falls in. Just a feel. The biggest difference I'm noticing, and again, it's because I don't have a blocker on, just a bare palm, but when I go into the feel is the CR1's got a very unique shaft design with the rails that run up it versus the Premier 2 has a little bit more of a conventional feel, I'll say, with the rubberized grip here. It's got like a rib texturing on those candy cane stripes. And then all of these white dots here actually have a little bit of texture to them as well. So there is some sort of tactile feel the entire way up the shaft on this stick. So how stiff are the pads? So you got to realize with CCM, there's so many different options. So particular specs I went with were no outer roll brake, double internal with a pre-curve. So I don't think they're particularly stiff. That's how I ordered them. But stiffness is kind of in the eye of the manufacturer, in the eye of the user. Everybody describes that differently, but that's something I'll dive in more when I make the video for thegoldnet.com. So we have any more questions? All right, last call on questions while we're still live. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. And again, check out thegoldnet.com. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe Monday at the latest, and we'll have some more in-depth preview content going live with this equipment. And thanks again for CCM for giving me the opportunity to demo this gear, and really hope I like it. It's looking sharp out of the box. So again, and on ice stuff, somebody just asked, that'll probably be, maybe a couple weeks down the road, I'll have some good feedback there for everybody. So thanks again.